Hello, it's time for one of James's video diary entries for the day. Today is December 2nd, 2024. I'm interested in looking for work. I put in Michigan Works. I put in for the thing to see if got everything funded. If not, I don't know. Everything should be funded. $600. Close to $3,000. I got to get a new phone. I broke my phone this morning. Tossing and turning in bed, I broke my phone. I'm going to have to get a new one. I'm going to look for a low-cost option. Money's getting tight. It's going to get tighter. I'm going to have to take 1,000 applications. I screwed up with Lightyear. I wish I'd have taken Lightyear and let Night fall to the wayside. Night transportation offered me a better option. It didn't go well. I had to drive back from Ohio. That was in my video diary a while back. $140. I don't know what I'm running into, whether it's my mental medications, which are all low dose. I don't know if it's my intelligence that's working against me. Medications are working against me. I got the DOT physical, man. I've got my CDL. Now tomorrow after the interview, I'm gonna go down to the Secretary of State, and I'm gonna take all my CDL class, I'm gonna take everything but school bus. So I'm gonna take everything, maybe even school bus. That means tanker, hazmat, doubles, passenger, and school bus. That'll be like $30 if I can do it. $25. I don't have to take them till I get the job, till I get the certs. I might take a mechanic certification to get my number back. I don't know how I'm going to pay for my car this month in May. I might not. I might have to drive without it. Or insurance. Here's hoping it fell apart. The phone fell apart. All this shit fell apart. It's going to come back together pretty well. Pretty much out of money. I'm a lucky man. I've got great subscribers. Great commenters. I'm building my support team. I appreciate you looking in on me. Hope you subscribe. If you don't, that's okay. I would like to go live. I am looking forward to trying getting enough subscribers to go live as per the YouTube guidelines. I'm relatively safe and warm. Money's becoming an issue. My intelligence is becoming an issue. The phone breaking is becoming an issue. I don't know what's working against me, but I need to have some help. If you can help me figure out what's working against me so that I know how to put it back together so that I'm not, maybe I need to dumb it down a little bit. You know, people pay me for so much labor. They expect me to do $4 or $5 more an hour plus be motivated. You know, it's like saying, the one job interview I took, the one job interview at the oil change place, was an auto mechanic. Do you work well with people? Depends on the people. If you treat me fairly, I'll work as a part of the team very, very well. You treat me unfairly, it's going to be a bumpy ride. If you ask me 7 questions that are all the same, do you know this is not a remote job? Yes, I know it's not a remote job. Yes, I have a reliable transportation. I've answered that 6 times in this interview. I already know enough to know that I know enough to know that I have a supreme super intelligence. Sometimes it bites me in the ass. Part of the healing process is waking up. Maybe I should apply for management jobs. I end up doing the work. Part of the reason it keeps me getting out. I have to explain A plus B plus C plus D plus A plus F. I'm a great employee. I know how to do the job. I'm very good at it. I'm a little bit dark with my personality, but it's not all wine and roses in my personal life. It's part of the reason I left, like, facilities management. They wanted, we're going to pay you while you were off. Well, it's not fair to you. 2, I'm good at the job. I can teach you how to do it. It's not hard. The hard part is doing this. Hard part's the paperwork. You can do the paperwork. This is not hard. It's not hard at all. The mechanical part of the job is not hard. But if you have to do the paperwork on top, and you're not good at it, or you take long lunches and you haven't set up the team. That was one of Jeff's problems, is he didn't set up his team. He wants to micromanage the little pieces like a little manager, like a one account manager. He manages multiple accounts. You can't do that. You have to manage it like a multi-account manager. In order to do that, you have to have managers under you to manage that, to manage these other things. If you do, if you have people that aren't trying to be managers, and I ran into that at night, guy who tried to be a manager. Got me in trouble. I tried to explain it. First time it didn't work, I said, fuck it, I'm just going to eat it. This is fucking stupid. He's the guy in charge. I'm looking to him. I'm looking to Israel, Shulk, Marty. Marty's the guy I'm supposed to be looking to, not you. Marty says, it's okay, I leave with Marty. I never left the building alone until I had my own route. They kept bouncing the route around. They don't know what's going on. They can't figure out. They don't understand. Part of it is you're not very good at your job. Otherwise, this would be easy. 2, if you hire a man for a job, he's qualified for it. Let him do that job. Don't tell him, well, that's not how things work here. So you bait and switch me. That happens a lot. Oh, you bait and switched. Well, that's poor management on your part, Same thing happened at McDonald's. We don't have any maintenance jobs open. Then why did you advertise that you had a maintenance job? I'm qualified for it. I'll need a little training in some of your technical, but most of it I don't need it. I taught your people how to use the mop that was right on the company. It was on the company. It's in the company corporate video. I know how to operate it ways that you didn't even understand how to do it. I also know how to use my scrap to accomplish other jobs. I was one of 3 factors that allowed Roscom and McDonald's chains by Frank there, who owned them when I started, to sell them because the McDonald's was so clean. Well, the other McDonald's didn't have as much traffic as the one in Roscommon. So it didn't take as much to clean them. Roscommon took a lot to clean it because it was nasty. It had been nasty for a long time. I managed to, about a year ago, go from 7 millimeters of grease to 0 millimeters of grease. Scrub the floor in a way that allowed the kitchen to be as clean as the dining room. I also explained how rinsing your mops, nobody else did it. Well, we don't have to do it. We're done. When you're done with the mop, you rinse the mop. You rinse the mop bucket. Because the next time you go to use it, you're going to do the same thing because you're going to assume nobody else did it. Because nobody else, the manager Didn't make a point to do it. If you take a mop, you take a bucket. Otherwise, you're going to track shit all the way, that mess, that vomit, shit mess, all the way back to that restaurant. You don't do that. Customer perception. I can change customer perception. They want to see a mop. They want to see a bucket. They see a mop, they want to see a bucket. Why do they want to see a bucket? Because they don't want that vomit shit in their food. It's God's honest truth. I cleaned the bathroom. You couldn't see the annealing. When I got done, you could see the annealing. Certain places in that restaurant have burnt annealing, where the annealing is scratched because I didn't know which direction the annealing went, or that it even had annealing. The lines in the lines in the stainless steel. At Lear Automotive, I worked for Tim Minnick. I'd work for him again today. If they'd hire me, I'd work for Tim Minnick. Loved Tim Minnick. Didn't know his job. He knew what the rules were. He also knew that you got somebody who's got an nth level of brains. If you can get his loyalty, you can get the nth level of brains for less money. You don't have to pay that much money to get that nth level of brains. If you shit on him and you tell him, well, I can't do the job, I can't do what you ask, I don't understand, I can't figure it out. It's okay for somebody else to kill you and steal from you, then, that's why I left Lear Automotive of Roscommon, corporate in Southfield. Those guys don't understand the concept. Treat your people well. Be open when you say you're open. That way you can have questions. And Lear Southfield, the management is disconnected with reality. If they actually did what they were supposed to be doing, that company would flourish. Just like management at Lear of Roscommon. They went from 2 plants to 1 due to management. Management did not discipline. If I go to a saw and I find that it's not being rebuilt correctly, and it's somebody, guess what? First time I see that, 30-day ban from my department. Second time it happens, you got to requalify. Second time it's a 90-day ban, and you have to go through the requalification process. Third time you're banned from the department. I cannot have people in here that are saboteurs. You can't be a saboteur in my department. Same thing with the ACOP process. If you don't know the science behind why it's working, what your coding process is, and certified people didn't know the fucking science, they'd call me. I'd talk to the one guy I knew could have the answers if I didn't have the answer. Because they kept him around for that reason. Nobody liked him. But every time they had a problem, they called him. I learned from that guy. I also learned from a lot of Sam Knight. God rest his soul, out of Saginaw. Great guy. I learned from my dad. I don't think he's dead yet, but his actions make him dead to me. I don't want to talk to him. He can't hold a standard conversation. He wants to be cute when he shits on you. It's just like my mother. By that same token, they're in the same boat. My sister's in the same way. If I won a lottery today, they would be guaranteed exceptions in a will. Guaranteed. They would get nothing. To contest the will would be another matter, and I'd have a contest fee. Non-refundable. Because, hey, you're going to fucking make a contest of it and be a shit stain to me. You ain't getting out of my death. A few people that would get something. My cousin David. He's struggling, but I don't think there's a few things that are off. And he's got a hell of an addiction. Love him dearly. His daughter, yeah. I like her. She's in charge of the food, mostly. So, she's in charge of the food. So, get well fed. Not as well fed as I'd like to be, but I'm not in charge of the food. I also don't. Most of the stuff I'd eat is garbage to what they eat. When there's a dish that I don't accustomed to, I do eat canned goods. I do go to Save-A-Lot and eat canned goods or Family Dollar if I got the money. I play the lotto. Hopefully I win a big enough jackpot to start myself off and get it all together. I hope I get a job. I need to get myself started, and I need to get a connection to reality. Something that's tangible in my life that I can reach out and touch. My subscribers are great. My commenters are even better. I haven't found negative energy here, and I'm thankful for that. This has gone a little long, and I'm sorry about that. As always, if you have a problem, comment, or concern, please put it in the comment section below. I love reading them. And if you got something that's a negative, hey, look, maybe I just didn't see it. But it's overwhelmingly positive. Generally, and be well.